We often talk in the Buddhist tradition of the two wings of awareness. The first, see what's happening, and the second is soften and open our hearts to it. So we're talking about really seeing what's happening and how to soften our hearts in a way that really allows us to relax back. And I'd like to share with you an example of how that happens. A note that one person wrote to me from the Omega workshop, and she described how some months back she landed in a place of really deep darkness, a kind of a struggle she couldn't see her way out of, and it was pretty much tormenting her. And she was listening to podcasts daily, these mindfulness podcasts, and trying to practice, but she felt really, really stuck. But then she described one particular time where she started sobbing in one afternoon. She just didn't know how she could go on suffering much longer. But instead of trying to stop the suffering, something in her just said, be with it. So she said, I stayed with it. And after a while, I realized that I was afraid, and that underneath the fear was the belief that I was unlovable. Ah, my biggest story. So I asked that part of myself, the part that felt unlovable, what do you need? And I put my hand on my heart and breathed in, may I feel safe. And I breathed out, may I feel loved. And as I did this, I remembered the people who were with me in the darkness. You, a few friends encouraging me, my daughter kept me company. I could envision and feel you all surrounding me. And then I widened the circle to include a few more trusted people, and then a few more until the circle widened all the way out to my spiritual teachers, including the Dalai Lama and Thich Nhat Hanh, Rumi and the Buddha, all encircling me, holding me. And then something truly magical happened. I realized that I had been with me in this darkness, doing things all along to care for myself, going for walks, listening to the podcasts, reaching out for help. And that's when I connected with the loving presence inside me that's always been loving me. That's when I connected with the loving presence inside me that's always been loving me. At that moment, the light came. I felt immediate relief. And I noticed that the words to my breathing had spontaneously shifted to, you are safe, you are loved. This is the first time I've taken the exquisite risk of facing one of my demons head on and offering it tea. And I can feel a definite shift, some space, a refuge. So just a couple of comments, because there's a few pieces to this that are really the practice that we're exploring together. And the first piece is we start recognizing the suffering of leaving the garden, the suffering of feeling separate, of turning on ourselves, of turning on other people, of resentment, of jealousy, whatever it is. And instead of trying to get rid of it, instead of moving away or numbing or whatever habits we have, and we all have ways of getting away, some part of us takes the exquisite risk to stay. Again, I want to credit Mark Nepo, thank you Mark, for that beautiful phrase, the exquisite risk, because it's life-changing. We stay. And then we stay and touch what's there and begin to, in some way, make a gesture of kindness. And it's okay if it's mechanical. It's okay if we, sense the part in us that needs love and we say, may you feel loved, may you feel loved, may I feel safe. It doesn't matter what we do, just the gesture, deep down, the intention is coming from the part of us that's always loving us. Even if in our small-mindedness, it feels mechanical. And as you noticed, this person included others in her heart and mind, to sense that it's not a separate self trying to re-enter the garden. We belong to this web, so we bring to mind others. We sense them holding us, that we sense them with us. And then it's in that enlarged sense of belonging that we begin to say, oh, the love has always been here. I just wasn't seeing it. So it's like remembering others bridges us back to a vast love that's within us and all beings that's always here. But we need that bridge.